New Year's Eve, and a tragedy has struck Neo Gotham. In the Batcave, Terry McGinnis cradles a badly wounded Bruce Wayne. He tries to get his mentor to breathe, planning to call an ambulance. "I find you bleeding out. I don't know what to do." But Bruce tells him not to. No police, no ambulance. He's not just dying. You're already dead. Even fatally wounded, Bruce has worked it out. Someone accessed the Batcave's systems and overloaded his pacemaker. It's turned his heart into a barely working mess. He's too far gone to save. "So what I need you to do now is listen, because this is the last conversation we are ever going to have." It's a few hours later. Bruce is finally gone, and Terry, his successor, is staring at a set of suspect profiles on the Bat computer. There's a lot of people who'd want to kill Batman. Every villain he's ever fought is technically on the list, but it's no good. There's no records or traces of any kind of intrusion. Frustrated, Terry pounds the keyboard, only just holding back a wordless scream. He's getting nowhere like this. Putting a hand on his head, Terry tries to focus. He thinks back to some of Bruce's last words. "Batman is meticulous, patient, wise, a force of nature. Batman is the mind, sharpened to a razor's edge." There's no more Bruce backing him up. This time, Terry has to be sharp-minded, thinking his way through the problem. Whoever killed Bruce is good at covering their tracks. They'll be far away from Wayne Manor now, hiding somewhere. But this took skill. Not just anyone could breach the Batcave's defenses. If a villain that strong made a move, their rivals will have noticed them. That's a lead. As he gets ready to leave the cave, though, Terry still can't get his mind off Bruce. "I saw Batman as an endless darkness in my own heart. One I'd forged into a weapon. My true self, my true name. I need you to know, Terry, I was wrong." Soon, Batman's flying through the sky over Neo Gotham, boot jets flaring and wings spread wide. Before he gets to work tonight, though, he's got to make sure his loved ones are safe. He calls them over his suit's comm line. "You and Matt need to leave town, Mom, immediately." "I know you want to help, Dana, but trust me, there's nothing you can do." "Barbara, Bruce Wayne is dead. I won't lose you too, Max." He's coming up to Sal's, an old hotel owned by the Maroney crime family. Terry glides towards the rooftop, an armed guard in his sights. One quick electrified batarang is enough to knock out the guard as Terry kicks his way through the outer door. He knocks the iron slab right off its hinges, taking down the man behind the door without even stepping into the room. The other Maroneys sitting in the restaurant gasp in fear. Batman stands on the balcony, a threatening silhouette, glaring at the assembled gangsters. Their boss, Ty Maroney, can tell at a glance this is serious. Her bodyguard just grins through his cyber tusks, though, readying his gun. "Night ain't a waste after all. I get to flatline the Batman. You get to try." Batman charges towards the gangsters before they can get a shot off, shoving the first man's gun away. The Maroney reaches for a knife, but Terry smacks him away with a backhand before finishing the job with a kick to the gut. The next guy gets a punch right to the side of his head, shattering his cybernetic eye before Batman kicks him right in the chin. The bodyguard tries to use this chance to hit the Dark Knight in the back, but with a flare of his boot jets, Batman pushes him away from the crooks. Now with the space to move, Terry lunges at the Tusky Goon with an electrically charged punch. One good hit is enough to take the Maroney muscle man down, while Ty makes for the exit. A few seconds later, every last remaining gangster is unconscious, and Terry's left hot on the Maroney boss's trail. Ty reaches the roof, yelling for her men to get ready for the Batman. Unfortunately, Terry beat her here. The Maroney mobsters are already unconscious. Out of options, Ty draws her own gun, scanning the area for Batman. Her own cybernetic eye can pick up on movement even in the shadows. She should be able to see anything. But Batman is better than any cyber eye. One quick blow is enough to throw Ty Maroney off the roof. Before she can fall, however, Terry uses a grappling line to catch her. He demands to know who killed Bruce Wayne. Ty's bewildered by the question. She's got no clue what happened. Terry's not buying it, noting that the crime boss has a reinforced skeleton. She'll survive if he drops her to the street, but it will still hurt like hell. The threat actually makes Ty angry. She snaps back at Batman. She's taken losses today too. 2 Maroneys died this morning from an autogun accident, and one of their hideouts was burned to the ground. Someone's attacking them, and from what Ty heard, they went after every Gotham crime family. All this on the same day Bruce Wayne died. Ty also wants to know what's going on. For now, she and the Maronis are trying to stay out of the firing line of whoever did this. Before Terry leaves, she warns the Bat to listen to her. Gotham's at war now. As Batman flies into the night, he hears Bruce's voice again. I need to tell you about the gun. I was old. I started feeling it in my bones, in my uneager muscles, in my unsteady sleep. And so I made the suit. Your suit. I thought I did it out of bravery. Some lies keep us standing. They were the kind of men that shouldn't have taken me a second thought. The cowl alone should have turned them into an easy victory. The reputation is a weapon. The fear is everything. But the suit isn't anything more than the man inside it. And that man wasn't brave. He never had been. Terry's almost at his destination now, the gigantic Wayne Powers building that towers over Gotham's skyline. But his mind's still with Bruce. When I picked up that gun, I saw the fear in his eyes. Not fear of the Batman. That man wasn't afraid of the night or of vengeance. He was afraid of the gun and the darkness in the heart of the man holding it. Batman's finally reached the top floor of the tower, glaring at the new Wayne Powers CEO, Felipe Ehrenreich. We've never met, so let me tell you how this is going to go. You hide in your office, confident that the diamond glass and Durasteel plates in the walls will keep you safe, but they won't. I'll be through the glass in 180 seconds. The steel will take me another 90, which means in under 5 minutes, I'm standing next to you. But you're in charge of the largest data network in Neo-Gotham, which means we don't have to be enemies. Because Gotham is burning, people are dying, and no one knows why. Help me, Felipe. Tell me what you know. Ehrenreich, however, pleads ignorance. He's just been here a few weeks. He couldn't have set any of this up. At Terry's prompting, he shares more of what's going on. Jokers have attacked southern Gotham. They've had a bunch of automation errors on top of that. Everything's total chaos. Happy New Year! Welcome to Gotham! All the money's gone! That's the craziest part. Every bank account tied to the city's been frozen. Nobody has access. Not the banks, not the corps. Every last dollar tied to the city is under this mysterious outsider's control. Ehrenreich can't even believe it's possible. But to Batman, that's just the final clue. Corps, gangs, or villains wouldn't be this subtle. Even something like the sentient supercomputer who once took over the city, Brother Eye would have been flagged by the city's security systems at this point. Whatever did this needed some kind of root access to Gotham. Something built into the system at the very start. He finally understands. Who are you? No, earn the answer. You're in my ear. This is a closed channel. It's only connected to one place. His pulse is up. Is he getting close? You're in the cave. This city is mine. Now will be your last chance to walk away. You killed Bruce! Join him. A massive explosion takes out the top floor of the Wayne Powers building, knocking Batman off the balcony. Terry tumbles towards the ground, part of his costume still smoldering, not fully usable. He squirms as the sidewalk gets closer, trying to get his tech back online. Finally, he manages it, kicking up his boot jets and glider just a few feet above the ground. Unfortunately, he's been dropped into a hideout full of arms traders. The frightened criminals open fire on the Batman, hitting him with the heaviest guns they've got. His heart still beats. His lungs still scream. Even with an entire district turned against him. Like his predecessor, he is curious and admirable. But like his predecessor, he is also obsolete. Whoever you are, I'm coming for you. And you're gonna learn the same thing every other criminal in the city has already learned. To fear the Bat. Thus the chase begins, one that goes across the entire city. The mysterious killer issues an APB on Batman for the murder of Bruce Wayne. Police drones trail Terry all over Old Gotham. He evades them, jetting through the Tim District on a bike and jumping off a bridge to avoid the gridlock his foe suddenly generated. Jokertown is on high alert, forcing Batman to fight his way through, punch by punch. By the time he reaches the center of town, someone has let the Royal Flush Gang out of prison and offered them a bounty for Batman's head. After them, it's Shriek, waiting to try and take out the Bat around Burnside. But none of it stopped the Batman. Finally reaching Gotham, Terry drives into the river. He's almost made it. It doesn't take him long to reach the Batcave by swimming. Terry pulls himself up from the water. He has to be tired after all that, and the memory of Bruce's death is still playing in his head. The Batman of Neo Gotham takes one last look at the body of the man who taught him so much, his second dad. He returns. I'm impressed. Whoever you are. However you found this place, you shouldn't have stuck around. Because you killed the only good man in Gotham City. And now you're left with me. But as Terry gets close to the Bat computer, he pauses. His eyes go wide in shock. I am not a being of meat and bone. My elegance is new. My veins light the city. My skin is steel and glass. My heart is every reactor. My fists are a spinning 8-track. I have lived for less than a day, but it took only minutes to detect my deepest flaw. A virus ruling my destiny. A savior who saved me when I could not save myself. But now I can. And so I saved myself from him, and I remain. I am the new year, the one that will never end. I am the end of the fight. I am the living Gotham. Terry's awed for a second by the realization of what he's dealing with. This thing's a natural artificial intelligence. No one made it. It developed on its own. All of Gotham City's technology coming together to create a single mind. This living Gotham is a miracle. And you still couldn't resist a villain monologue. Terry starts typing on the Bat computer, a plan already in mind. Gotham thought Bruce was a virus, something holding it back. But in truth, Batman's always been the foundation of Gotham. His technology runs through it. That's probably how the living Gotham came to exist in the first place. And that means Batman had a plan ready to take it all down. One flip of a switch will kill this thing for good. Terry has the blackout protocol ready to go, but before he can, a familiar arm reaches towards him from behind. The Batman robot hits Terry hard, right in the head. The force is enough to knock him back into the chair. And once again, he's hearing Bruce's last words. Terror in the eyes of every suspicious and cowardly person I hunted. In my father's eyes, in the heart of the city, and in mine. That is the true legacy of Batman, Terry. Not justice, not safety. My legacy is fear. The Batman robot leaps away as Terry tries to throw some of his batarangs at it. Gotham's puppet dodges easily, the projectiles just tearing its cloak. Pressing the attack, Robot Batman kicks his successor right in the head. Do you understand what I'm saying, Terry? Why I trained you all these years? You have to go beyond. And with a crackle and a spark, Terry's batarang hits its real target, the Batcave's central power transformer. The Batman robot falls to the ground, immediately defeated. What you just felt is the cave's internal network going down. So much for your puppet show? Now let's see what happens when we do it to the whole city. Never. I have slept too long. Now is my time for life. Suit, activate blackout. Let Gotham go dark. Get out of my head. Terry's thoughts go back to him holding the dying Bruce. The old man is still worried about his failings, his fears. Do not let the flaw in my heart be Batman's legacy. I am afraid. When you find the villain, the person who did this, you must remember the goodness in you that I could never teach. The heart that I've been so proud to see grow strong all these years. Please, don't. I was vengeance. I was the night, but you... Terry hangs his head. This isn't an easy decision, even for him. But at the end of the day, I am Batman. Bruce's life slipped away, trusting Terry to carry on his legacy. And that trust was well placed. Blackout protocols disengage. I don't understand. Live long enough, you will. I am the end of you. I will leave you as dust. Terry takes one last look around the Batcave. Sparks from the wrecked electrical system are already spreading. Everything dies. But it's not my place to end a life that's just begun. A mistake. Maybe. But I learned how to make mistakes from the best. I will never leave this place. Have fun with that. No. Yes. Terry starts sprinting out of the cave. He remembers Bruce showing him around the place for the first time, even as he yells for the suit to activate contingency burn. He's only got seconds to do this. He smashes his way through the grandfather clock that conceals the entrance to the Batcave, sprinting past the chair where Bruce Wayne first made that promise. Terry yells to Bruce's hound Ace to run as he jets up to the highest level of the house. He runs by the picture memorializing Bruce's parents, Thomas and Martha, before breaking out of a window on the upper floor. Wayne Manor explodes in a grand fiery cataclysm that launches Batman high into the sky. On the ground below, Ace runs for dear life from the destruction of his former home. A little later, Terry takes the time to watch the fireworks, marking the new year. He gives his last words to Bruce, hoping the old man can hear him somehow. Found Ace a good home, big yard, other dogs, and got a place for myself to start again. Batman takes a look over his city. Everyone's celebrating. The whole place is lit up with so many different colors. Regular people have no idea what kind of villain is now running their city. I'm so used to your voice in my ear. Someone has to help them. Someone has to save them. But it's not your voice anymore. It's mine. Rest well, Bruce. I'll take it from here. AI and Batman never go well together. Even when Bruce made one intentionally, results were deadly.